So this week's been Mental Health Awareness Week in the UK, and there's actually been on my mind quite a lot, I think. Thinking about how running helps with mindfulness, what I use running for, and how it helps me deal with everyday life, really. I've been mindful that I tend to turn to running in times of hardship. I find if things are getting a little bit too much or a bit too stressful, I tend to want to go out for a run. And I think that's quite telling that running has become that important to me in my life. But also just in general that I see it as an escape. I see it as a way of dealing with whatever's put in front of me. So yeah, a couple of times this week things have been stressful or just like long working days. And my first instance when I've had the opportunity is get changed, get the trainers on, get out the door, go for a run. And I'm not doing a lot of miles at the moment. I'm only doing 3 to 4, but I'm enjoying those miles. I'm sticking my headphones on and listening to a podcast, looking at the sunset, and getting out and doing it. And I think since I started running, I think that's what I've learned, or what I've learned most, is to enjoy it. It's not a hardship. I say it quite a lot. Never regret a run afterwards. Even if you don't want to go out before, if it's raining, never regret it by the time I come back. And I think part of that is because I get more out of it than just the exercise. I get a calmness. I get a clarity. And that's touched on by Daryl in one of the other videos that we've done for the channel. We talked about decision making, and it's stuff that I've touched on before. But just getting out and concentrating on putting one foot in front of the other takes your mind off of everything else. It takes your mind off thinking about all the little tiny things that don't really matter, and whether that means it completely clears your mind and you feel a lot more relaxed afterwards, then that's what it does for you. Sometimes it gets rid of all those little things and leaves you with the big things. It means you can concentrate on them, and it helps you work through them. But in the same way that I've continued to do my yoga that I mentioned last time, and I'm really finding that afterwards I have a kind of, as cheesy as it sounds, an inner peace. I think running can give you that. Don't have to worry about your minutes per mile, or rounding up to the nearest mile or half mile on your Strava record. Sometimes it's just getting out, seeing the sun, hearing the birds, and clearing your mind. Ultimately, I started running to lose weight and to get healthy. And it always feels like it's only been a couple of years that I've been running, but it's been a lot longer than that, and it has become important to me, and it's brought me a lot in my life. It's brought me some of my proudest moments and some of my most valued friends. So it's important for that, but it's so much more. And I think if you're on the fence about running, if you're not sure, I think it's something that can give you so much. If you want alone time, it can give you alone time. If you want it to help you relax, it can give you that. If you want competitiveness, it can give you that in droves. It can give you friends, it can give you confidence, it can give you anything you want from life. And yeah, that's true of a lot of things, but to each their own, and sometimes running could be the answer for you. So feels like I got pretty deep there, sorry. But yeah, Mental Health Awareness Week, so it's made me quite reflective this week. So on that note, I'm going to call it a day. Well, call it a day for this. I'm going to get out and run while the sun's still up. Go and enjoy a nice evening stroll. So I'll be back later. today and wearing my Part 1 t-shirt because I think without really realising doing parkrun on a Saturday morning really helps get your week going, and the amount of miles I've done over my nearly 150 parkruns I think have helped my weekends, helped me get going on days that I didn't want to, and really contribute to my well-being from a mental perspective. So longing for the day that parkrun comes back and I can don this again, get back around Poole Park with 700 other people. Although I'm not sure I'm looking forward to an early Saturday morning again. Not a morning person. Right, back to it.